hoping this works. I have added myself. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. You lot can hear me, right? Because I don't want to have spoken for like 20 minutes and I realize that, oh, you guys can't hear shit. so, so yeah, I've added myself to the screen now. Can you guys hear me? I should just come on camera. That way, oh no. For sure. Can you hear me, Omar, Ben? Peace, Mr. Tembo. All right, Ben White, Nimsy. Someone confirm to me if they can hear me. There you go. Thanks, Kieran. Right. So first thing first, Arsenal have made a signing. What the fuck? It's like the solar eclipse. You know, it rarely happens, but when it does, you have to celebrate it like it's one. And yeah, it looks like Arsenal have made a signing. It's one that was expected, at least if you have been paying attention over the last couple of weeks, you would have been expected it. It certainly isn't one that any of us would have necessarily called 3 weeks ago. That's the one thing I will say. It's kind of come by surprise in the sense that if you had to target Arsenal having problems anywhere in our team, you might not necessarily have said centre back top of the list. You know, not necessarily. Don't get me wrong. I don't buy the whole because we finished joint third, best defense. That means that we didn't need a centre. No, I'm not talking about that shit. But we were so overstocked in defences. Not to talk of the fact that we still had Saliba to come back. Oh gosh, Saliba. Oh dear. Even when it comes to Ben White, I have to remember Saliba. Your number 4's gone, mate. It's not looking good, is it? It's not looking good. But yeah, I just I didn't know where this story came from. And then, you know, we've never really been particularly interested in Ben White before. I remember that Liverpool were, maybe about 18 months ago, and they tried bidding for him, and then they failed to get him. I think it was like 35 million, 40 million they bidded for him. Brighton said no. I'm like, right, how much do you value this guy? And then he signed a new deal after that. Well, the answer was 50 million. Apparently, Arsenal were not ramping about this. Apparently, there were stories that Arsenal identified Ben White pretty early on in the transfer window as the player that they wanted. So much so that they actually bidded 40 million for him as their opening bid, which was rejected. And then they came back in for 47 million, which was then rejected again, with the gut feeling that they would eventually settle at 50 million because the Brighton owner was like, listen, don't get it twisted. As soon as we get our valuation, I'm not standing in your way. And Ben White apparently came from early and said, yeah, he's interested to move to Arsenal. So yeah, I mean, let's have it right. The kid is 23 years old, good defender. One thing I will say this, you know, yes, because this has all caught us by surprise. I think a lot of us have probably undersold how much we think he's a good defender. I think he's a really good defender. You know, very good ball playing defender, very aware. I think he's definitely better than anything we have currently on the books. Very comfortable on the ball. You know, and I know some people hate this term, but I think his ceiling will only go up and up and up. My only issue with him is too handsome. Too handsome. I like an ugly centre back. It's too pretty. Who thinks it's too pretty? It's too pretty, bruv. I want someone that's been through the wars, that's had some scars. That's what I'm saying. Trust us, you look at him, innit? You just think to yourself, nah, bro, you look soft still. He looks too pretty. That's my only issue with him. I couldn't help but thinking it when I watched his promo video. And I thought, nah, bro, you look too handsome still. Um, but no, for me, I'm not really too concerned. If Arsenal are prepared to part with the money, I'm not too concerned with the fact that he's 50 million. Um, I think we as Arsenal fans are conditioned to care about money because the club have made it such a huge deal over the years. But Brighton just know how to extract value. It's as simple as that. They know how to extract value out of their players. They value their players very, very highly. And if they find someone that's able to take, like for me, I don't think Basuma is a 40 million pound player. I think he's a good player. I think he's 40 million. I think that's the thing that's put Arsenal off him. Um, but I think he's probably closer to about 25 to 30. Um, but it kind of is what it is. I think for me, good luck to Brighton. I like them a lot. They can obviously now start their spending because apparently they've been waiting on us to pay this bill so that they can then go and do their thing. But from our perspective, I guess that's another one ticked off the books and on to the next. Because by all intents and purposes, apparently, according to all the experts, Arsenal are not done. Not by any means. They've secured this signing. They're now on to the next one. And obviously, that's thought to be the creative spark in the midfield that we are now starting to look for. So, yeah, I think for me, I think you've got to say to yourself, well done, team. Well done, Edu. Well done, Arteta. And let's see where we go. And I know that there will be some people that will be like, why are you saying well done to them? Listen, it's all well and good having a target, but if you're able to get that target and secure them, let's see where we go with it. So yeah, I'm eager to see what he's going to bring to the team personally. Um, I wonder who his long term defensive partner will be. It certainly looks like Saliba's career is over. That's for damn sure, which is a damn shame for him because I don't think the kid has done anything wrong. Um, so you would think that probably Gabriel will probably be the long term partner for him. But then again, he might have a social group of Rob Holding and Callum Chambers, the English lads. So they might end up being good defenders together. Who knows? Who knows? You never know. So let's just see what happens. What do you guys think? Are you guys happy? Because I know that trending all day has been announced Ben White. So now that it's been announced, are you guys happy? Let me know. Leave it in the comments below. Now, whilst we're talking about Ben White, let's move on to Mr. Granit. Why is it always me? Xhaka. Oh my goodness. So I've been seeing this geezer trending again all day on Twitter. And for me, I was just ignoring it. Because I thought to myself, when I first half read the story, I thought, oh, it's just us trying to perhaps protect the value of the player by offering him a contract. Because that seems to be our MO at the moment, whereby if we have a player that's about to enter the last 12 months of their deal, we'll offer them like a kind of a year extension just so that we can protect the value of the player. Makes a lot of sense. It's a bit of a belated way of fixing a problem that shouldn't have existed in the first place, but at least you've moved towards trying to fix it. So I'm not going to knock you too badly for it. But no, apparently it's deeper than that. I was kind of doing some work at the time, and Sky Sports was on, and obviously they announced the Ben White deal. And then you know how when you're in the middle of doing some work and then something so alarming stops you mid track. I was just about to get up to go and get something I needed to do to finish the piece of work that I was doing, and they were like, Oh, they're both intents and purposes. Granit Xhaka is an important part of Mikel Arteta's plans. I'm like, oh no. Oh no. It's happening already. Like, how? We had this guy out the door. What do you mean? This is like Jazz from Fresh Prince. Let him out the door. How the heck did he get back in? And it was just like, oh yeah, that supposedly, Arteta's never wanted him out of the team, which is true, I suppose. Arteta's always been a big, big fan of his. He was the one that was that begged Granit Xhaka to stay in the first place. Don't get it twisted. People will sit there and be like, "Oh, but Xhaka wasn't that bad last season." I don't give a damn. Just refresh that whole midfield. Refresh it, man. Oh man, I was gutted. I thought we had him. We had him out the door. We had him out the door. And this is typical Arsenal, right? For years, they've been a pushover when it comes to transfer fees. The 1 year these motherfuckers are not a pushover for a transfer fee, they decide to make a stubborn stand for Granit motherfucking Xhaka. Oh, I was gutted. I was gutted when I heard that. I was like, oh, come on. Come on. Granit Xhaka has to be that guy. Oh, and you just know, that he's got a starring role. It's not like it's going to be a role where, it's going to be a kind of a 2-bit squad role. No, it's going to be a permanent fixture. You know, it's going to be the case. No, it's going to be the case. It's going to be some bullshit. Oh, I was gutted. So yeah, apparently, according to Dharmashek, now I will say this: Dharmashek, his rep is a little bit shaky, to say the least. Ever since that Nicolas Pepe thing last year, all them Sky Sports journalists, their rep when it comes to Arsenal, it looks a little shaky still. Because these motherfuckers were getting some. Was it last year or 2 years ago? Whenever we bought Nicolas Pepe, right? These motherfuckers were so adamant. They were adamant. They were damn near putting their careers on the line that Arsenal could not afford a Zaha or a Pepe. Motherfucker, what do you know? Are you in my finances? Do you know my account? What do you know? Don't know shit. That was the moral of the story. That was the one time I supported Arsenal like properly in terms of the backroom. Was the one time they humiliated all these fools. Like, what do you know? You don't know nothing. Don't watch what we're doing. It was basically the message that we came out with that summer. And for me, I think what's happening this summer is now all of us are kind of in that kind of hole where we don't really know what's going on. If you had to ask us a month ago, we would have spent 50 million on a Ben White. First of all, half of the people here would have said, who's Ben White? Let's be real. Half of the people here would have said, who's Ben White? And then half of the people here would have been like, no chance, no way, no how. So I think it's everybody's guess. But I also did allude to this myself maybe 6 weeks ago, that the Cronkays are going to be under pressure to spend money. Because, regardless of, and I've heard about the investigation that is supposedly happening against the Cronkays, which, again, I don't think anything's going to come by that either. But I did say that, they're going to be people. So many people were disappointed by the way they conducted themselves over the Super League business, that the best way to get Arsenal fans on board is to spend money. Just spend money. Spend money. And it's borrowed time, don't get me wrong, but it is borrowed time that, you trust me, do you really think that United fans hate the Glazers that much? Because in spite of the fact that they're on a run where they've not really competed for the Premier League title, these guys still play Champions League football. They still win silverware. Bottom line. And that's all fans want to see. Fans just want to see that you are competing and that you are trying to win stuff and that you're trying to do stuff. Ultimately, at the end of the day, if you're spending money and you're investing in the club, and don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those people who think that Arsenal don't spend. I think we do spend. We're just very prudent with it. We're very prudent with the way we spend money, but I do think we do spend. But this year, we've gone clearly into fuck it mode. Because there is never a time you'd have ever told me that Arsenal will spend 72 million, right, on signings and still not be done. Still not be done. It seems unheard of. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the journey of it. I'm looking forward to it. Like, I know that there are other people who have different takes on it. But my take on it is very simple. I'm looking forward to seeing what these players will do. And I don't think there's anything wrong. I've always said this. I don't think there's anything wrong with being excited about players that you sign, regardless of if you end up being right or wrong in the end. So I think if you want to be excited that Arsenal have signed Ben White, be excited. Gosh, I sound like Josh Kroenke. Be excited. Be excited. Be excited that we signed Lokonga. I think Lokonga will be an excellent signing. Excellent signing, personally. You know? It's difficult to see how to be excited about Granit Xhaka having a new deal, but hey, the motherfucker has his fans. Just because I'm a detractor of his doesn't mean he doesn't have his fans. So I think if you're one of those people who's looking forward to a Xhaka extended stay, it certainly looks like it's going to happen. I guess be excited. So let's see what happens. In my view, I was more encouraged by the story I heard this morning about Arsenal looking at signing that Lyon midfielder Gomez. But if Granit Xhaka is going to stay, I don't see how that Gomez deal happens now, because they're kind of playing very similar positions. But then again, this could just be a big poker bluff. And I ain't going to lie, as a poker player myself, I am praying that's what the play is. I'm praying this is Arsenal just saying, oh, you think we're fucking about? Okay, let's see what we do. Yeah, right? We're going to make a big deal and so and dance of offering them a new deal. And then you're soon going to give us like 2.5 million or whatever it is that they're short of. At a fair play, if that's the case, then fair fucking play. You got balls on your son. Because I know that Roma are notoriously difficult to squeeze money out of. I mean, the Italian league doesn't have a lot of money anyway. But I know that Roma in particular are. Roma, Napoli, these two clubs are very difficult to squeeze money out of. So I can understand why Arsenal might just say, fuck this. And then from my point of view, I just want us to go ahead, sell Bellerin, start selling some players, trim this squad down a little bit, maybe bring in a right back, although I'm starting to suspect we're not going to do that. Bring in a Maddison. I would love us to get a Maddison. I know that the rumors are at the moment that this young man is, if I could get his picture up, hold on 1 second. This young man is currently being valued at £42.5 million. Ironically, the same price as the great Mesut Ozil. I could just feel someone like Lee's eyes rolling as soon as I saw that 42.5 mil Mesut Ozil's price. Apparently, that's what his value would take for him to take him out of Madrid. I've said this before. I can't explain it. It's just a gut feeling. I think he would ultimately prove to be worth it. I think the kid has something, and I get what Arteta likes about him. I don't think it's just an out and out case of well, he doesn't get that many assists and that, and I get it. And if it was me personally, and I had 50 million to spend, would I spend it on Odegaard necessarily? No. But would I be gutted if he ended up spending it on Odegaard? No. I do understand. It wouldn't be because it wouldn't be my choice. Doesn't mean I don't understand. But I also think that we don't get Maddison for 50 million either. So we may need to be clever here about the way we buy a Maddison if that's the way we're going to do it. And that's where someone like Enzo Maitland-Niles or Joe Willox will become useful. Because I think that they will end up helping us to get these sort of players. But yeah, what do you end up thinking about that? 42.5 mil? Would you? Am I the only one that likes him? Let me know. Leave it in the comments below. But I suppose I should leave it lastly on this image. And that's Ben White. We've actually bought an England international in his prime. It's come from left field somewhat. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing how he brings it. I'm looking forward to seeing what he contributes. I'm looking forward to seeing what impact he has on the players. It's clear that we're aiming for a bit of a British call to our team. And laugh as you might, the last time I checked, England went to a semi-final in the World Cup and a final in the Euros. Might not be a bad way to go. If we're going to look at it another way, put a bit of English grit in there. Why not? Why not? Well, anyway, I think that's pretty much it from now. Let me just go into the chat room and see what you lot are saying. It's been a while since I've had a chat to you lot. 2 seconds. Bud Light, Ben White. People are very wary of liking him too much. Oh, okay. Yes, Diego, I did see your one for mine as well. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you, Diego. I can't put it on screen for some reason, but yeah, thank you, Diego. I appreciate that. I did see your one for mine, literally after I'd come offline. So yeah, fair play. You settled your debt. You settled your debt. No, fuck Odegaard. I would have preferred that we spent 50 million on Sumo than White. Really? I don't. I like Basuma. I don't think he's worth 50 million. I don't think he's worth 40. To be honest, I do think people overrate him a little bit, just a little bit. That's the one thing I will say. that's the one thing I will say. Do you think that our investment was better than United's investment? That's the real question. That's the real question. That's Neftali. I can't read apparently. Sorry, brother. Madian Awar or Basuma or Neves. I'd pick Maddie and I'd pick Basuma. I used to really like Awar, but the last 18 months of his form, I've not been impressed with. Do you remember I used to sing Awar's praises way before anyone used to? Way before. Um, but I've not been impressed with his form the last 18 months. So yeah, I'd take Maddie, to be fair. Jim, no, I take United signings all day long over ours. Uh, yes, to be fair, so would I. To be fair, I can't even front. In fact, United, really, truthfully, they're not challenging for a league. Fuck Ollie. Ollie fucked them over. Uh, Kieran, we got piped again compared to United. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know who or what Basuma was this time 12 months ago. One big up, big up. Someone that at least is real about it. Big up. And don't get me wrong, I didn't like the player. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you he's worth 50 million pounds. It's like me trying to justify Ben White is 50 million pounds. So let's calm down, people. Why? Because City are interested in him. Is that why he's worth 50 million? Relax. I'm totally with you there. Uh-oh. Jess is in the house. What's happened, Jess? What's happened, brother? What's happened? What has happened? Awar is another one that everyone has overhyped him, and there's three other midfielders in Leon who are better than Awar. Yeah, one of which we're linked to today. One of which we're linked to today. People overhyping Basuma, but it's okay if we got Ward Prowse, having been in the league for years. You see, you say that. I don't know if that's you against Ward Prowse. I've been a big proponent of Ward Prowse for a long fucking time, a long time. Mainly because one of the reasons that Ward Prowse came to my attention, apart from the fact that I actually think he's a good player, is that his set piece taking is faultless. He is a faultless set piece taker in the sense that just watch the kid take a corner, take a free kick from any side, take a penalty. The guy will be on point damn near 99.98% of the time. Like he'll just be killing it. He'll just be killing it. So Ward Prowse, for me, I think he's so consistent. And another one that I don't understand why he's not in the England squad. Yeah, I'm with you there, Kieran. I'm with you there. Gosh, you guys behave. I've got Jez in a group chat. Say I might ask him what's going on. What did he say? Yeah, man, he's a good player. Very, very good player. Jaminio, it looks like we're on the same wavelength, brother. Granit Xhaka is our best midfielder. The new contract is a no-brainer. Omar, ever since you turned 18, right? Your your opinion is getting wilder and wilder, brother. If our best midfielder you mean by he's been a 6 out of 10, not really contributed anything particularly positive, but this particular year hasn't completely been a fuck up, then okay, I'll give you that. But I still don't think he's worth a new contract based on the fact that he's not fucked up. If that's the way we're rewarding people, we may as well give up. If not fucking up is how we're rewarding people, we might as well give up. Would have preferred Ward-Prowse over Basuma every day of the week. Do you know what? Yeah, I would have too. It depends. It depends. It depends. It depends. If I'm looking for a number 6, then obviously I'm looking for a Basuma. But all I'm hearing is that we need a number 8 because we've got Partey and we've got this kid now that could do a number 6 role. So we need another number 8 role, and then sell Granit Xhaka. So why are people talking about Basuma then? So that's what I don't understand. And for me, I completely get the idea of not wanting to buy a Basuma, and then come January, you have to let go of Basuma, Partey, and El Nene, all of whom play the same position. It just is. It looks dumb. It looks dumb, and you paid 40 million for that, and you knew that would happen. It's bad enough losing 3 players out of a team. Never mind losing 3 players that play the same position. So yeah, it wouldn't be a good look. Unfortunately for us, the African nations, they fuck us over. That what they should do is play the African nations as early as possible in May, when it's not too. I mean, I know that Africa, it tends to be the monsoon season around about April to about May. Normally, it rains hard, but even out or delay it a little bit in the summer, but it should be a summer tournament. Putting it in January just because January is Africa's summer, it's just to me. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a huge fan of it, as you can tell. DJ Great. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I can't even deny that that is the case. But that only time is going to change that. Time and the correct approach. So we've got to learn to adopt the correct approach, more often than not, and then time will take over. But you're right, absolutely. Uh-oh. Here we go. Okay, this guys are having one of them sensitive discussions Now I'm gonna slide out of because I will say something wrong. We're on the same wavelength, Jim. Okay, yeah. I'm definitely keeping out of that because I've got way too many opinions and will only get in trouble. Yes, please, please smash them likes through the roof. Um, Banter Club Jacker, really? Yes. Don't get me started, my guy. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Partey, Sabitzer, Ward-Prowse, Neves with ASR as an option on the bench would be my dream midfield, whilst also being realistic. Yeah, I like that. I like that because I think you've immediately kind of said to yourself, okay, well, realistically, we're not going to go and get a Madison. So what is the next best thing that can we do? And yeah, I think that might be the next best thing. Although supposedly Neves now really wants to go to United, which is why United are favourites at the moment. Man, I'll come there with some. Ooh, listen, I'll know some targets. I'll tell you that. I'll know some targets. I just can't negotiate for shit. Right, I'm gonna go get some water in a minute because my ticket his throat is fucked. Petition for Jig to come on camera next stream. All right, agreed. I will. Agreed. I will. I will. I will. No, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. Um, got a cough at the moment, but it's just a cough, not COVID. God forbid. Uh, so yeah, if we don't get Madison, my next choice would be Van der Beek all day long. I take Barrios over Xhaka. Shit, I heard Arsenal contacted my mum, who's in her 70s, to play CM, and I bet she'd be more effective than Granit Xhaka. That's a doubt so. All right, 5 more minutes, guys, and I'm out of here. 5 more minutes. If 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 a Neves goes to United, we'll probably sign him on loan with an option to buy using installments each year. uh, you say that though, loan fees are a thing, and I also don't like spending money, especially money for something that doesn't eventually belong to them. So I won't necessarily say I can agree with that. Uh, we missed out on a turn like Sabosly. He would have been perfect. Agreed. Agreed. And I knew it would come and bite us back in the ass, that one. I knew it would. 3 more minutes. And I'm at United, I wanted Joe Paulina. He would come with Ruben Neves if he wants. Interesting. That's why I like messages from people who support other teams. You really do get their perspective on something. Let's face it, Xhaka was never going anywhere. Oh, this is where Owen, my guy's mind start take over. Anyway, I think he would have left. I do. I do think the plan was him to leave, but I think he would have left just because he was started talking so much shit in the end about uh, leave it. Yeah, I think he. I personally think he would have left because he was talking a lot of shit about Arsenal in the end. But what I do think is wrong is we were told something. Uh, clearly, something has not gone right, and as a result, they're talking about flipping, keeping him. It's mad. I hate the idea that uh, something like this could go down. But one more question, people. One more question. Daniel Egg. Um, yeah, I saw Lee talk about this a bit earlier today. I'm not the information I have, and I said this to you guys a while ago. I said to you that don't be surprised if he starts getting a bit quiet and crazy and go underground, but that much happens. Sorry, another story just distracted me. Yeah, so I did say that at the time that um, actually completing the takeover might take a while. In fact, it may not happen this year for the simple reason that um, he's trying to be a bit clever with how he's using his maybe friendship, maybe not friendship. I don't know. I don't know the way it works between him and Austin. So, in my personal opinion, I'm not overly concerned whether Daniel Ek is in a position to take over or not. I think I've always said the same thing. Um, People base a lot of their opinion on the fact that, oh well, he's only worth £2.5 million. So, God, come on, guys, come on, bring it on home, bring it on home. No matter who takes over the consortium of women, sorry, consortium of men and women who are ready to invest in the club. So don't worry too much about price and things like that. So anyway, in my opinion, the reason it's taking a while, I said at the time, I don't expect to hear anything much from Daniel Ek. Now he said that he's going to go underground a little bit. He said he's going to go underground a little bit, and that we will start eventually, upping the aggression in terms of not necessarily hunting us, but sorry, I'm reading this story and it's making me spat out some nonsense to you lot. But yes, in terms of turning up the aggression behind the scenes, sorry, not turn up the aggression against us, turning up the aggression behind the scenes, um, and So yeah, as a result, he might be staying quiet. But meanwhile, there's certain things happening. He's trying to be a little bit cute, a little bit playful. But at the end of the day, when it comes to this rich man stuff, this investment man stuff, you just got to let these rich boys play it out and see what happens. So it is what it is. Um, am I hopeful, or am I sat here wondering, you know, where Daniel Ek is? No, can't say I am. But let's see what happens. Um, yeah, it is what it is. Big up Mr. T. Diego did a Mr. T Dan and actually paid his bet up. Paid me a couple of about a week ago, and then has paid Will today. So I've got to get that money over to Will. Austin only knows. All right, one more question. Because you're stumbling so badly over there that your ex thinks I'll keep reading stories, but I've now closed what I was reading, so I'll be able to answer it a lot more succinctly. Yes, I did briefly, um, but yeah, look, I like him. I like him. They call him a DM. He's number 8, isn't he? He keep lying. So, uh, uh, uh. Isn't Paulina? Uh, you still only? Nope, I do not. Ask Lee. Ask Lee. Ask him. I paid him straight away. In fact, not only did I pay him straight away, I asked him maybe 2 weeks into it if he wanted me to just pay him now. And he started laughing. He was like, "Nope, don't worry about it." And maybe 2 months ago, something like that, it was a good 3, 4 weeks before I resigned myself to leave. I say resign myself. Always knew, always knew that Watkins is a better player. My only thing what I was trying to bet against was whether or not Eddie Nketiah had more chances to score his goals. That's all I was betting on. But I should have known that Eddie Nketiah was so shit that even Arteta would have to agree. So, uh, do you think we'll get a right back? No, I don't. I think we'll stick with what we have. Supporting from the Philippines. Really admire your generosity. Hope you have a chance. Okay. Well, thank you for that. All right. I'm going to leave it there. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. Stick a like on this video. First and foremost, you can do that for me. Drill a like on this video. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you want me back on camera, let's look at it like this. If you want me back on camera, there'll be 150 likes over the next 2 weeks. I think that's the best way of doing that. Yeah, let's motivate. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Most importantly, take care. And we out of here. And Ben White, welcome. Oh, welcome to us.